Ugh. You're not gonna sit there and smell like a sweaty scrotum while I'm sitting here and making this video for you. Gross. Cleanliness is next to godliness. If you aren't Oscar the Grouch, one of the members of Trash Gang from Five Nights at Freddy's, or part of a rat king, then you have probably heard of this saying. In 1791, John Wesley, the co-founder of Methodism, created this slogan, and basically it means that your purest state will bring you closer to your maker. Nowadays, people like my dad hijack this saying and change the meaning entirely. Well, okay, not entirely, but they changed the meaning. Wesley was saying that a clean soul will bring you closer to God. He wasn't saying that keeping your sink clean and cleaning up your room was gonna be your one-way ticket to heaven. Whatever, it's fine. Today we're gonna be discussing the Hygiene Olympics, aka performative
cleanliness.
It is truly a fascinating concept. If you're unaware of what this means, I'm talking about people who hop on the internet to flex about how excessive their cleaning routines are, whether it's cleaning their bodies, their homes, or their groceries. Oh my God, it's getting crazy out here. These people will stop at nothing to pull out that tripod and show the world how clean they are. Usually, these performative hygiene things aren't taken very seriously by the majority of the public, because why on God's mostly blue with a little bit of green earth are you rolling up your sleeves and washing a gallon of milk with soap and water? You're scrubbing down a jar of mayonnaise in the sink? You must think you're better than me. And that's not possible. It doesn't stop at groceries. There are people... This is so stupid. There are people who are washing, you know, those plastic Christmas trees from like Target or whatever. Yeah, people are washing those down. I'm not talking about cleaning it with like a Lysol can, some sort of disinfectant spray. No. In the tub with soap and water. I mean, I get it, because some people, they store their Christmas trees in like their basements or like in a shed or I don't know, somewhere outside. Point is, I'm sure that a lot of people do not put their Christmas trees in like very sanitary areas. So bringing something that's been outside for God knows how long inside your house, there's worry that there's going to be like bugs, raccoons, demons just chilling in the branches of the plastic Christmas tree, and that's fine. Naturally, people don't vibe with people who are actively showing off how often they clean things that the average person would not think to put soap on. It's worse when the person that's particularly performing the Come on, don't hit a building. Americans don't like it when planes do that. It's worse when the person that's like being performative about their cleanliness is being like really snooty about it and acting like this it's the most normal thing on the planet, when in actuality nobody's doing that. And they know nobody's doing that, but they just want to get on the internet and be holier than thou. I don't know if people actually believe this, but there are people out there in the real world living amongst us who genuinely believe that we should be showering 5 times a day. 1, 2, 3, oh God. 4, 5 times a day, unless you were paying the water bill. I'm not doing that. Who has time? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Who has time to shower 5 times a day?
Hello?
Do you have a job? I already know the answer to that. You don't have to tell me. Facing somebody who is outwardly acting more clean than you makes you feel dirty, when in actuality, they're just being over the top with your hygiene. You're good, babe, okay? They're the ones that are tweaking a little bit. The hygiene warriors are not the only ones who are annoying online about hygiene, okay? There are people who retaliate, and there goes another one, A second plane just hit the video. There are people who retaliate against like the hygiene warriors, and it backfires big time because your hygiene practices are not any better. As I said before, some people believe that we should be taking 5 showers a day. Source, it came to me in a dream. Some people argue against the 5 showers a day by admitting on SZA's internet that they only shower once every 2 weeks and swear on their dead dog's grave that they don't smell. That dog probably died because their nose couldn't take it anymore. That dog went into your pantry, found the chocolate, and they ate it just to get away from it. Wow, yeah, that's is that too far? I wish I were farther, because I can still smell you from here. Please back up just a little bit more. Little more. Little more. Okay, we're good. Openly admitting that you're underperforming proper hygiene is not any better than the people who overperform. In fact, it's probably worse. I would rather be with the girl who washes her groceries than be with the person who proudly hasn't seen the inside of their shower since Memorial Day. You guys can't compare. Oh, and I'm looking at you, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Okay, listen, I loved you. In Boreanaz's house.
Next, we'll head to the kitchen where... Is that Mila Kunis? Note the letters BH on all hand towels and linens. That stands for Boreanaz's house.
But you have to learn how to bathe. That loofah, it's not out to get you. It's not going to kill you. People have pointed out that a lot of these performative hygiene conversations usually start with the Black community. Oh, she's making it about race. Yes, I am. Proudly. Hang on. Ugh. Usually I notice this pattern with Black women, and I wonder why that's the case. If you want the short answer to this, it's slavery. It's always slavery. 9 times out of 10, any issue within the Black community is rooted in slavery. God bless America, land of the free, home of the brave. Amen. Darker skin complexions were associated with uncleanliness. It's always been a thing for eons and generations and decades and centuries and blah, blah, blah. During the era of slavery in the United States, the slaves did not have access to proper cleaning facilities or materials. They were not allowed to bathe. There was no time for that. These slave masters would refuse to give their slaves a bar of dial soap and then act shocked when they smell ripe on the job. It's weaponized incompetence. I'm telling you, it's a disease. Even when slavery was abolished and we moved to the era of segregation, the stereotypes were still very much present. When spaces started integrating Black and white communities into public spaces like pools, white swimmers would actually avoid the area altogether because they believed that the Black people were unclean and contaminating the pool. Really great time. Anybody who is nostalgic for the 50s, I don't like you. Due to these stereotypes, Black people have made it their mission to go above and beyond when it comes to their hygiene. At the end of the day, it's kind of sad. Right? These stereotypes have been ingrained into a lot of people's minds due to the lessons that have been passed down from generation to generation. The generational trauma is real, and I'm tired of being told that we're just making that shit up. We got groups of people on the internet shaming everyone for using the towels that are provided in hotel rooms because they think that the towels are dirty, and you want to tell us that it isn't rooted in any sort of stereotypes that have been around for decades and centuries and eons. You're telling me we just came to that conclusion and we just started making that up on our own? Really? No outside factors had anything to do with that? Oh, be so for real. As I got older, I started understanding why my parents and my grandparents were the way that they are. You know, back in the day when the year started with the number 19 and people were unironically saying totally tubular like they were one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, racial profiling was a huge issue. I mean, it still is an issue, but people swear up and down that it's different now. Right. Okay. Black people, especially women, had to put their best foot forward in order to be taken seriously in any sort of setting, whether it was for a job interview or if they were just grabbing lunch from a local restaurant. Black people didn't want to give anybody any excuse to think that they were any less than the average person. That's why my family members have an aneurysm whenever I leave the house in my Dragon Ball Z bonnet or in my Naruto pajama pants. Leaving the house and not looking presentable is an offense that is punishable by death, or worse, seeing spoilers for season 3 of The Bear. It just came out. I'm still on season 2. I haven't finished it yet. Everyone's talking about how the first episode of season 3 is like the best episode of television that they have ever seen in their entire life, and I'm like, stop talking! I haven't seen it yet. Give me a second, please. Where do you think you're going, Mr. and Mrs. Kutcher? I'm not done with you yet. Performative cleanliness is annoying, but performative caveman behavior is arguably worse. The Kutchers don't bathe themselves or their kids very often, if ever, and they were really proud to tell us that for some reason. Like, why did I have to know that? Follow up, what do you gain from sharing this with the public? Ooh, going for the hat trick here. Did you think that people were going to agree with your lifestyle choices? Really? I'm sure that I will never run into their family like ever, mostly because I'll see them coming from a mile away and will instinctively walk away because when they travel, there's just a cloud that follows them, kind of like kimchi from Chowder. Okay, I know I've been ragging on Kelso and Jackie this whole time, but it's not just them. Okay, there are people on TikTok who stopped wearing shoes and were barefoot in public, really advocating for that for some reason.
We are no longer going to wear shoes even when we're outside. I think there are so many benefits of going barefoot outside, and we want to take advantage to each and every one of these. Of course, there's going to be people that think it's kind of crazy and look at us weird, but the benefits are totally worth it. One thing it definitely does is it grounds us. We feel connected to nature. Going barefoot can actually help you gain a greater appreciation for the natural world. And we've definitely noticed that even in the short time we've done it.
Shansphere on YouTube has a wonderful YouTube video called The Downfall of Anti-Hygiene Influencers, and they did a wonderful job explaining the history and complexity of hygiene in the public eye. I love Shansphere. I love their videos so much. I recommend all of their content, but specifically for the context of this video, I highly recommend checking out that specific video if you want more of an in-depth conversation about hygiene from the perspective of influencers who market themselves as being dirty on purpose. So, the million-dollar question: are all practices of performative cleanliness excessive, or is some of it necessary? I've taken it upon myself to make a tier list of all of the performative cleanliness practices that I've just seen. They're all from Twitter. Oh my God, because that's usually where most of the conversation is at, and that's where the more bizarre takes are at. We're going to be ranking them. By we, I mean me. I'm going to be doing it. You're just going to sit there and watch me do it. But yeah, my opinion is the only one that matters because this is not a democracy. First, I'm taking off the shirt. It's too hot to be wearing 2 shirts. People were talking about how, oh, this heat cannot be the same heat that I was playing in when I was a kid. It's not. Global hotting up is a real thing, guys. Here's how I put the rankings, okay? So there are 5 tiers. All right, the first tier is, yeah, you lost me. Those are the most egregious forms of performative hygiene. Second tier, bit much, but whatever. I personally wouldn't do any of that, but hey, if you like it, I love it. Third tier, you have a good point. All right, it's like stuff that I don't typically do, but stuff that I would probably consider doing in the future. Fourth tier, common sense, I fear. Yeah, this is stuff that y'all should have been doing. And if you're arguing against that, then I'm a little worried for you. And then the final tier is, I'm filing a restraining order against you. Okay, if you're not doing this, then I don't want you anywhere near me. Like, at all. Because you're gross. This is a screenshot of somebody. This was a video I saw on Twitter, and it's of somebody who is washing their grits. Yeah, you lost me. Okay, so washing your rice, that is something that you definitely should be doing, and it's, I side-eye you if you don't, but washing the grits, I don't eat grits, so realistically speaking, just because I don't like grits, I would put it here because I don't care if you wash your grits because I'm not eating them regardless, but I suppose from the perspective of somebody who does like grits, that's excessive. You're washing off starch. Once you cook the grits, it's not even going to taste right, and like the texture is going to be off. Again, I don't know too terribly much about grits, but from reactions of everybody else who saw this video, they were like, yeah, you just ruined your grits, babe. All right, and so this is the girl who's washing her groceries. Honestly, I would put it in bit much, but whatever. When I first saw this video, I was like really weirded out because I was like, why on earth would you do that? But honestly, if somebody wants to put in the time to wash their groceries after purchasing them, I mean, whatever, dude. All right, this is the hotel robes one. Okay. Bit much, but whatever. I don't wear hotel robes. I'm never really in a hotel long enough to really do any of that. I don't think, have I ever been in a hotel with robes? I don't think I have. So yeah, specifically with the robes, I would do bit much, but whatever. Like if somebody doesn't want to wear the hotel robes, whatever. I think it's weird to judge people who do wear the robes, but I don't know. I'm like teetering against like bit much, but whatever. And yeah, you lost me. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it here. Anybody that goes home from the club and get in bed without washing their ass and taking their makeup off is dirty. So a lot of people were actually really heated about this because they were like, oh, don't act like you've never came home from the club and didn't immediately go to bed after the fact. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like conflicted with this one because I get both perspectives, because being in like a club, getting sweaty, maybe depending on how hard you're clubbing, just like makeup, having makeup on your face and going to sleep with makeup on, that's like, it's not really good for your skin. And I personally wouldn't feel comfortable going straight to bed after sweating. This is conflicted. First of all, I don't go clubbing. So I don't know the protocol here. This is a toughie. I think they have a good point. And that's because if that were me, I would shower, take makeup off, do whatever I need to do. But I don't shame people who don't do that. They'll probably just shower in the morning. Like, it's really no big deal. This one's a classic. Putting the silverware from restaurants into a glass of hot water. My family doesn't do that, thank God, but I've known some people who've done this. Bit much, but whatever. Hey, it's harmless. If it gives them peace of mind, then that's fine. It's really no big deal, but I personally do not do that. Cleaning your fridge once a week. Yeah, you lost me. Where is it? There we go. I do not clean my fridge once a week. My mom, maybe every couple of weeks, will go in and like clean out like old food, but like actually like taking everything out the fridge and wiping it down once a week, who has time for that? Taking a shower after taking a dump. You lost me. You completely lost me. No, I don't do that. How much dookie is coming out of your bum that makes you feel so dirty to the point that you have to cleanse your whole body after the fact? Like, oh my god, your toilet bowl must be nuclear. Like, it looks like Chernobyl after you take a dump. That must be it. Toxic waste in the toilet bowl. I'm scared of you and your bowels. If you don't wash your dishes with bleach, I automatically think you nasty. Yeah, you lost me. That's insane. I feel like the bleach would get on the food, you know? Showering for 3 minutes. I'm filing a restraining order against you, because what do you mean it takes you 3 to 4 minutes to take a shower? Absolutely not. I don't know. Stay away from me, please. That is so foul. Oh, you must have lost your mind. Eating food from any supermarket bakery. So I actually ended up also adding the follow-up tweet because they said specifically like eating uncovered food that is free to be molested by the public is crazy. I agree with that because a lot of people were saying, oh, here comes the hygiene Olympics because of the first part. And if I was solely judging it off of the first tweet, then I would say bit much, but whatever. But with the added context of uncovered food, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't like the idea of buying food that has just been uncovered and it's just raw dogging the air. People can sneeze on it, spit on it. I don't know. I don't like that. Because it's one thing if it's like fruit and vegetables, right? Because it's like you can wash that. You can't wash a cake. You can't wash a brownie. Seasoning your chicken in the sink? Absolutely not. I don't care how often somebody cleans their sink. I will not trust you if you are seasoning the chicken in the sink. Now I get it. The bacteria will probably get killed off during the cooking process. And will I notice the difference between a piece of chicken that was seasoned in a bowl versus a piece of chicken that was seasoned in the sink? I probably wouldn't notice. That is a bit much. So this person has so many hygiene products. Yeah, you lost me. Yeah, capitalism is winning. Is the only winner in this scenario. Okay, so this was a tweet about somebody whose husband wants them to shower after working out and they don't want them to get in bed with them if they haven't showered after they've been doing like physical activities and sweating and stuff like that. Common sense, I fear. You should be showering after you sweat, especially if you're gonna get in bed with somebody else, because hey, if you don't want to shower after you work out and you're getting in your own bed by yourself, I don't care. But if you are making the people around you suffer with your bad hygienic practices, that's when we have an issue. Please take a shower after you go to the gym. I beg it, then I plead it. Washing cheese? No. No. You're washing your cheese? Where the camera's at? So unnecessary. Oh my god. Your oral hygiene routine should be at least 30 minutes long. I said what I said. You lost me. I said what I said. Okay, oral hygiene. You're brushing your teeth, flossing, at least you're supposed to. At least my dentist is begging me to. And I'm trying my best. I haven't flossed in a minute though, so my bad. Maybe some mouthwash. Maybe you do the water pick. And maybe you're doing the Crest white strips, 3D white strips, or whatever. That's different though. Not everybody does that. The normal stuff, brushing your teeth, flossing, maybe mouthwash. Why would that take 30 minutes? Like that takes 15 minutes max. And that's on the long side. And that's if I'm like being really slow about it. Unless you're doing the white strips, I don't see any reason why doing anything with your teeth should take anywhere near 30 minutes. Not washing your legs in the shower. I'm gonna need you to stay away from me. That's just nasty. Why are you not washing your legs in the shower? That doesn't make any sense. And maybe it's because, I don't know, because like when you think of sweating, it's like mostly like upper body stuff, and then it kind of maybe drips down to the legs. I mean, I guess in a way I could kind of understand why people don't really think that they need to wash their legs, but also that's ridiculous and absurd, and you need to be washing your legs. I'm filing a restraining order against you. Flushing the toilet and washing your hands. Please flush the toilet and wash your hands. Do I have to tell you why you have to do that? I think after the pandemic, people have just like really started started slacking off, and somehow I've gotten dirtier since pre-pandemic. I'm confused. I do not use bar soap. Whatever, I don't really care. I use bar soap. A lot of people use bar soap. If you just don't want to use it, I don't really care. I'm not going to sit here and try to bully you into it. Showering with the tampon in because you don't want blood going down your legs while you're showering. Yeah, you lost me. When you're on your period and you're showering while you're bleeding, I mean, unless you are a geyser, blood dripping down your legs doesn't really happen. But I feel like when you're showering, that is the best place to free bleed. It's okay to take the tampon out. The bleeding will stop temporarily while you're in the shower, unless you got a heavy flow. I don't really think that being on your period while you're showering is going to hinder you from cleaning yourself. And last but certainly not least, washing your chicken. A lot of people are divided about this. I don't wash my chicken. Some people do. And hey, bit much, but whatever. Feel like you absolutely need to wash your chicken? Whatever, man. It's just those people who wash their chicken with like soap and water. That's when I'm like, whoa, chill out. Let me know how you feel. Would you change anything? Let me know. I won't read it, but let me know. Germaphobes, OCD, being immunocompromised, trauma, and many other issues can factor into why people feel the need to clean themselves and the things around them to an extreme degree. I empathize with people who struggle with those things. I especially resonate with the germaphobes because some of you guys do not wash your hands enough for my liking, and you're expecting me to be okay with that. You're delusional.
Kelsey, this is a nightmare. I had to touch 3 children today, and one of them was very sticky. Yeah, it was you. Wash your damn hands, you gremlin.
That's pretty much it. Live how you want, shower as often as you want. I don't care what you do. If you smell like that damn cheese from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, then you are free to live like that, but just stay away from me because I do not want the cheese touch. I'm so traumatized by that movie, and I will hold a grudge against Jeff Kenny for the rest of my mortal existence. I don't care. That man is evil. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, give the video a like, subscribe, do whatever you want. I really don't. I don't care. All links to my social medias would be linked down in the description. Guys, in my last video, I talked about my book club on the app Fable. We're having so much fun over there. If you are like on the fence about it and you're like not entirely sure whether or not you want to join, oh my god, join. We're having so much fun. We're currently reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I've talked about it on my channel before. I love that book. It's my favorite book of all time. I'm so happy that people wanted to read that book because I didn't tell people that that's what we were reading. Okay, you guys were the ones that picked that. And who am I to say no to The Perks of Being a Wallflower? So we're reading that right now. You can still join, all right? It's not too late. And if you're watching this video like weeks, days, months from now, well, hey, I'm assuming the book club is still up. So please feel free to join. The link to that will be in the description, as well as Operation Olive Branch, which is a way to help and support the people in Palestine. My Discord's down in the description. You want to join the Discord? I don't know why I felt the need to plug that today, but hey, there we go. Thank you so much. I will see you, I don't know, maybe next week. Probably next week. I'm trying to be more consistent. So next week. Okay. Bye.